Good evening from the Rio Grande Valley beneath the majestic Sandia Mountains in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We've got a ton of great sponsors here. These are whole sponsors for finals. Without these companies, this comp would not be possible tonight. We are here at Stone Age Climbing Gym for the Yankin Yard, the first stop in the USA Climbing National Cup Series. My name is Matt Ratajczak, and with me is Molly Rennie. Molly, how are you doing tonight?
Great, I'm excited.
First stop.
And the competition's fierce. We have a lot of new, young names storming onto the scene, some strong youth competitors turned adults. I think we're going to be in for an exciting show and a lot of new names tonight. Tonight we're going to be seeing first a quick look at all of the previews of the climbs.
Here's a closer look at some of the problems the climbers will be climbing tonight.
Hey guys, this is Jeremy Hart, the Chief Route Setter for the NCS Yankin Yard competition, the first stop of the NCS. Men's problem number 1. This is our
so we don't need this
risky
anymore.
climbing, lots of smears, lots of tricky foot sequences. They can fall anytime.
Huh? Did you hear me through it? Yeah? What are we talking about?
Men's problem number 2. Yellow holds at these unit volumes. Very powerful first couple moves. Whoever can squeeze these holds the hardest is going to get to the top. This is men's number 3. This problem starts off with a nice run jump, very risky dynamic movement, followed by another dynamic stand. Lots of places to fall. Men's problem number 4. This last one is a men's power problem. Basically, it's gymnastic and how hard can you squeeze the holds. This is women's problem number 1. Technical volume climbing on slab. These feet can fall at any time. Women's problem number 2, very powerful, straightforward rock climbing boulder. Women's problem number 3, tricky beginning, working your way between the volumes, getting onto the big yellow slope with a powerful mantle and slow finish. Women's problem number 4 starts off with a tricky balanced jump to the volume, finishing up with some power moves that are low percentage.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry for any technical difficulties. We are here live at the 2019 National Cup Series, the Yankin Yard at Stone Age Climbing Gym. My name is Matt Ratajczak. With me is Molly Rennie.
Hello.
We are just cutting in with the live action now with our first competitor, Nora Chi on Women's 1.
Nora had a really strong qualifier last night. It was a hard fight, but she came out excellent and strong, and she's looking to have a very strong comp today. Matt, you have some experience with Nora in the past as a prior coach, correct?
Correct, yes. I used to live in New Jersey and I was Nora's first coach.
So you've seen the strength coming.
Yes, proud coaching moment now to see her finally old enough for the open circuit. So So Nora is about to secure the 10 zone. It's your first time watching the competition. These climbers are trying to secure as many points as they can. A perfect round without falling would be 100 points. So Nora has successfully controlled the 10 zone. Just get a little bit more chalk on her hands to prevent any slipping. Trying to figure out where her feet need to be to get up to the 15 zone. The hold she's on now only have texture on the bottoms of the hold, so that shiny yellow on top, she's very prone to slipping if she steps on top of it.
And Matt, I'm familiar with this wall. I know that wall is slick. So the opportunity to smear on that wall and get any purchase is not going to happen. So she's stuck with either the slick wall or the slick non-textured hold.
Now your time on your screen says she only has 26 seconds remaining, but in fact, she has about 3.5 minutes. This is still her first attempt. The climbers will have 4 minutes each to try to solve each climb.
I love this wall too because it showcases some of Stone Age's beautiful art that we had in some of the Day of the Dead theme that's so important to New Mexico culture.
Nora's eyeing up the finish on women's one. She has one hand. She won't get 25 until she matches. And there it is. A flash on number one for Nora Chi.
That is an awesome start for Nora. I'm excited to see how the rest of this round goes for her. You can't ask for a better go. Now she gets to sit and wait for her next round if she gets extra rest time. Every climber's goal in finals.
So we've got some time now. Nora finished that on her first try with 2.5 minutes left. This is the 23rd annual Yankin Yard, which means this competition itself is older than more than half the competitors in finals tonight.
Yeah, actually, it's funny you speak of the age of our competitors tonight because most of them are teenagers. In fact, I think only 3 are of legal drinking age. I think that we have Simon is our oldest competitor tonight, followed by Matt and Foltz, and then of course Charlie Barron barely gets to squeak in that age range of 21 and over.
So just to go over the format a little bit more, Molly, that was women's one. Nora will now have 4 minutes break after her time is up here, and before she'll try climb 2. She has 4 total climbs to try to get through tonight. Through those 4 climbs, the route setting crew has put together a combination of different skill sets to test these climbers to showcase the strongest overall climber. We have 8 women, 8 men. They battled it out last night. We'll go over the format for the qualifying round in a little bit, but for tonight they've got 4 climbs, each worth 25 points. Nora secured herself an even 25 because she didn't fall. Every time she falls, 1/10 of a point will be deducted. So if she fell, but then got it on her second try, she would get 24.9. So we'll keep you updated on the live scoring. You can check it out online. Those results are not official until the appeal window at the end of the competition has concluded.
Yeah, and if a viewer has questions tonight or just wants to do a shout out to us or any of the climbers, feel free to reach out and we'll be answering questions on the USA Climbing Twitter feed.
This is the first stop of 3 competitions in the USA Climbing National Cup Series. Last year there were 4, this year there's only 3, so these results are huge for these competitors who are looking to win the National Cup circuit. Depending upon how they finish, they will acquire a certain amount of points based on their standings, and only the top 100 male and female competitors will be eligible to compete at Open Nationals in February.
Yeah, and that is why we had such a large showing at qualifiers last night. With so few opportunities to qualify, nearly everybody that wants to do so is here tonight.
Stepping out in the mats for men's number 1 is Sam McQueen.
Just got kicked off the mats. Yeah.
Men's number 1 is over in that corner, or in climbing lingo called the daikijo. This climb focuses heavily on pressing really hard through your feet, very sequential in terms of body positioning and wedging himself in the corner. Let's see how Sam handles this first problem for the men?
You know, Sam is only 18 years old, but he's got some good comp experience. In fact, last year at the Vail World Cup, he finished 13th overall, which is a really good showing, especially for U.S. men. And he took 2nd overall for U.S. men. So he is a real contender tonight.
So Sam controlled the 5 zone on his first attempt, and then an unfortunate foot slip on that lower volume sent him back to the mats.
So talk to me about those volumes out there, Matt. Those are new to the gym, correct?
Brand new. They are cheetah volumes. They've got great texture, very easy to clean off, and you just saw Sam brushing those holds. He's really looking to get the maximum friction out of all these holds so that he doesn't have one of those foot slips again.
Come on, Sam, come on.
It's so hard to step out on this mat and do such a tenuous, challenging balance climb for your first climb out. It really offers an opportunity to see how good every climber's head game is as they come out.
So Sam is touching the 10 zone. Will get control when he moves, which it looks like he has. So 10 points on his second try, puts him at 9.9 currently. And then another unfortunate foot slip for Sam. Still has plenty of time, 3 minutes left on the clock. There are 3 minutes left. Sam taking a little bit of a break, cleaning those holds again for himself.
Yeah, this problem is pretty powerful. It's hard on the lats and shoulders, so even though it requires balance up high, those first couple moves look pretty physical. So Sam is going to be smart to take a minute, like he's doing right now, brush the holds, reevaluate, and then go at it again. He doesn't want to wear himself out before the end of his time.
So I was fortunate enough to be on the route setting crew for this competition, and we thought the qualifying round last night was rather difficult. However, these men came out, and 4 of them sent every climb, all 10 climbs, in one try.
That's amazing.
So these climbs are on tonight are much more difficult than anything that they tried yesterday. So it'll be interesting to see how these gentlemen piece together these boulder problems.
So Matt, as a member of the setting team, were you guys a little bit disappointed to see that so many men came out and crushed those qualifier problems, or did that make you nervous tonight for the set?
Not disappointing, Molly. A little bit nervous, obviously, because you want to separate the field appropriately. However, it's kind of cool to see how strong the men's field has gotten. A lot of the guys in finals weren't even part of the National Cup Series last year. So as route sitters, we need to constantly adapt and look at what the climbers on the current stage are doing, and we need to adjust the difficulty level accordingly. So moving forward in the National Cup, I would expect much harder qualifying rounds. We collected a lot of information last night, and hopefully we did our job today and made these climbs hard enough to separate them.
Well, it's certainly proving to be challenging so far.
Sam pulling on again with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. Pressing very hard through that small right foot. Now, Molly, a lot more is on the line than just National Cup rankings. There's a lot of prize money on the line as well.
That's right. All of these competitors are vying for the prize money at the end of the call. And I'm sure that Sam is one of them that is hoping to take home a piece of that prize.
Sam really needs to keep moving. The top of this boulder does not get easier. He has 30 seconds, and when that clock strikes 0, he has to leave the wall. He needs to finish the climb before then. And unfortunately, another foot slip brings Sam back down to the mats, and he'll take a 4-minute rest before his second climb. Up next for the ladies, we've got Lauren Bear on women's 1, and Nora Chi back out for women's 2.
Lauren Bear comes to us from Dallas, Texas, and she's 18 years old. She's in the middle of her gap year, and she's really just focusing on climbing right now and focusing on her climbing career. So I'm sure she's excited to be in finals tonight and see how her extra training has paid off.
Nora Chi giving another quick brush to those holds before she pulls on. Lauren's eyeing up women's one, making sure her beta or her path up the wall from what she saw during the route preview doesn't change.
I would assume that Lauren probably suspects that the climb has already been sent rather quickly based on hearing the crowd's reaction. So that does put a little extra pressure on Lauren tonight as she's heading up to start women's one.
Out of view, Nora Chi, there she is, has successfully secured the 10 zone with her right. She needs to grab that with both hands, without that foot slipping, to move out to there's a small little hold on that right triangle. Oh, and Lauren Baer so close to flashing women's number one.
Yeah, she rushed just a little bit on that last move. That move requires some real precision and slow movement to make sure she establishes. It'll be fun to see how the women's two climbs here. I love the angle that we get to see. We get to see how steep it is and just how small those holes are.
Those crimps are tiny. So not only are we testing these climbers on their finger strength, but also how hard they can push through their feet, because if your feet leave those holds, there's not a good chance you're staying on that climb, Molly.
And you know, just 24 hours ago, these women threw themselves at those qualifier problems, and they were hard. And they had 10 of them they had to complete or try to complete in order to make it through to finals tonight.
And that round was the same. It was scored the same way as this, but instead of 4 climbs, like you said, they had 10 for a perfect score of 250. Nora reeling those feet back in, keeping the tension through her foot. Trying to figure out how to match that 10 zone. Oh, and unfortunately slips off again.
Lauren's probably feeling the pressure right now to try to get up this climb in her second go, having probably realized that the climb was already sent and probably very quickly, so she's going to feel the pressure to make it happen on this next go. Again, that dual tex holds, those dual tex holds are so hard.
Yeah, those cheetah holds are not easy to grab and close to impossible to stand on. Those other holds that Lauren's currently brushing have nothing in cut. They are slopey, they are slick. The wall has no texture. This is a pretty scary climb. I did not enjoy trying those moves. I fell with some unfortunate unplanned foot swing pops.
These routes are tall.
They are.
How tall are the boulder columns, do you know?
15, 20 feet.
Yeah, that's substantial. It's a lot of climbing.
Another exciting fact for some of the climbers here tonight, she hasn't come out yet, but Brooke Rabbitu, one of our female qualifiers, is heading to the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. She's the first and so far only U.S. competitor to qualify for the Olympic Games in Tokyo. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of these other climbers out here tonight aren't vying for a spot in the 2024 Olympics.
Honestly, every single person I've talked to nearly is interested in qualifying for 2024. And these athletes are serious about their potential and possibilities of qualifying for the Olympics in 2024. Again, if you have any questions or if you want to just give us a shout out, feel free to head on over to the Twitter feed for USA Climbing, and we will try to field those questions as the night goes on.
Looks like Lauren and Nora will have time for one last attempt to try to secure the 25-point zone on these boulder problems.
You can see both ladies have really picked up the speed. A sense of urgency in Lauren.
Now, Nora touched the 15 zone on women's 2, but did not control it, so she is not getting those points. Out next for the men on problem 1 is Jordan Fishman, and Sam McQueen will be giving us our first look at men's 2. And I apologize before I misspoke, these climbers will have 5 minutes for every climb, not 4. Both climbers chalking up, trying to dry those hands out so they don't slip off these holds.
Well, Jordan Fishman currently holds the national record for speed, so we'll see how that supports him in his quest to get up this problem within the allotted time.
Sam McQueen successfully on his first try to the 5 zone, lines up the big jump, snags it. Oh, and just slips off the 10 zone.
You can see just how textured those holds are when he's pressing into them. The fact that he can put that much power on his palm demonstrates the amount of friction and texture on those volumes. Well, Matt, it appears that these men's problems are sufficiently challenging enough for these men.
Yes. Yes. In order to make it into finals tonight, you needed to complete all 10 boulders from the qualifying round, and you could only fall off, I think, 2 or 3 times.
That's amazing.
So it's, as a route setter, it's refreshing to see that some of these men are actually falling now. Because last night, they didn't fall very much.
There was very little falling. I think we had 4 men last night have 0 falls. They got it all in their first attempt.
Yes.
That's incredible. And I really do think that just honestly speaks to the strength and caliber of climbing. Again, these are all kind of young, new to the scene climbers. I think we're about to see a massive step up in our climbing in the U.S.
Absolutely. And these national cup competitions only give these climbers more experience for the international stage. Sam McQueen trying to reel in these unit volumes.
That is steep on those volumes. Those pitches do not look easy to hang on to.
So not to give too much away, but for men's 2, the secret to staying a little bit more secure to grab that 10 zone is to actually wedge both feet between those lower gray cheetah volumes and almost wedge themselves in. And Sam is really focusing on just getting his weight over the right one. I think he really needs to consider something different with his feet to try to keep him in the wall a little bit closer.
Well, we'll see if he can establish that or find his own way through.
No, Molly, as a competitor yourself and being on this big stage before, do you find it common to get kind of stuck in a rut almost and have tunnel vision and only keep trying something the same way over and over again? Or what causes your brain to try something different?
I think experience, honestly. I think the more you compete, the more you are able to think outside the box. I know I've had tunnel vision more times than I'd like to admit, simply because I can't think beyond what's in front of me at the moment.
Speaking of experience, Sam is 18, Jordan is what, 17?
Yes.
They don't have very much experience on the open stage, but these guys have been competing in the youth stage for a long time, so I'd like to think that so close for Sam. With 50 seconds left, it looks like Sam is bowing out, saving his energy for props 3 and 4. All eyes on Jordan Fishman in that corner on men's 1.
Recognizing when it's time to throw in the towel is really important for conservation of energy and thinking about the next climbs to come. I think that really speaks to the seasoned nature of some of these climbers. Again, same with Ms. One here. He knows it's time to just move on.
Conservation of energy, let's talk about conservation of skin.
Yeah.
We had route setters climbing these finals problems on Monday, on day 1, and our fingertips were bleeding from trying on these climbs so many times.
I would believe that 100%. I touched those holds yesterday, and I maybe lost skin just touching them.
So who do we have next on women's 1, Molly?
Well, out for women's 1 is Quinn Mason. She's 16 years old, and she comes to us from Seattle. So she's another one of our young climbers, but despite that, her experience, she's climbed 25 513s around the world. She's competed a lot to too. So she comes to us with lots of experience. And again, I don't think her age is going to come through as a hindrance at all. If anything, it just gives her more energy to climb.
We've got our first look at women's 3 with Nora Chi. This is her second attempt. Trying a dynamic coordination hand flip through those level volumes. Level's a new company. We're super psyched to get some brand new holds that these climbers have never seen before.
I was really excited to watch women's 3. I think it looks like it's going to be a crowd pleaser with this first move.
Nora's deciding to try going foot first here. Not quite finding the tension there.
So Quinn Mason is really taking her time trying to establish the best balance to make her way up this very tricky and slippery climb.
Nora Chi still trying to find the method in women's 3. Queen's getting her speed up, lining up for the finish move. One hand's up. She decides to retreat and chalk up a little bit more. Trying to find somewhere to grab it again. That shiny yellow surface is not something I don't think anyone could hold on to. A successful flash for Quinn Mason on women's 1. Nora Chi's wedging herself between these level volumes. Looking like she may be onto something here.
It looks like there are some options for the beginning of women's 3. And Nora's tried both options at this point, but I'm not sure she's going to be happy.
On the corner of your screen, we got to look at the first woman to attempt the last move on women's 2. Lauren Bear gave that big jump move a go.
Come on, Lauren, you got this. Come on. Let's give it up for Nora. Come on.
So if you're just tuning in now, you are watching the first stop of the USA Climbing National Cup Series. This is the finals, so we've narrowed down a very large field of over 110 climbers to 8 men and 8 women vying for their spot on the podium. Again, this is finals. This is exciting stuff.
She wrestling through the volumes. Let's see how much further she can make it. You gotta love when these competitors are having a good time. Nora is not hiding any of her emotions. She's having a good time.
I love her expression.
The crowd is behind her. She's touched the 10 zone. Not sure if the judges gave her control, but she looks pretty comfortable here on these lower holds. Hopefully she can figure out how to make it further up this climb. Lauren Bear on the left of your screen pulling on for another attempt at women's 2. Slipping off the start move.
Nora trying to find her balance on that volume as she works her way up this climb. She only has 1 minute and 13 left, which might seem like a lot of time, but she's been here in this spot for a very long time already.
This hold that she's holding is so bad. There is very little texture. It's the Horse Pen series from eGrips. And if anyone's been to Horse Pens, those slopers are not good.
Well, Nora should be good because she won Horse Pen's 40 Triple Crown in 2018.
Well, there you go. She probably feels right at
she'll
home
be
on
fine.
this.
Yeah, I'm good.
Setting up for the move to the 15. Nora Chi's just trying to figure out her balance here.
The clock is ticking down. She's going to have to move.
She's going to spend her last 30 seconds resting. Lauren Bear pulling on for another attempt on women's 2. Gripping hard on those tiny holds. Somehow swinging herself back into the wall off the 10 zone.
This wall is steep, and those holds are small. The fact that she can cut feet and stay on is pretty impressive.
All right, coming up next for the men, we've got Simon Benker on men's 1, Jordan Fishman on men's 2, and Sam McQueen giving us our first look at the very exciting men's 3. Simon Benker is 29, pulling off the ground, wasting no time on men's 1. He is from Los Angeles, California. Just came back to the comp scene.
Simon's our oldest climber tonight at 29.
Now, men's 3 is not your traditional rock climb. We just got a sneak peek at Sam McQueen giving it a go. It's a run and jump. You gotta swing your body over, jump through these volumes, and somehow grab onto that round, not very good holds.
So on the one hand, all that texture is really beneficial for running out across it. On the other hand, if you miss and nail your shin, it's gonna hurt.
All 3 climbers on the ground now, taking a quick break, brushing their holds. Simon having a tough time figuring out the sequence to get himself established in this dihedral. But after watching him yesterday, he is very strong. I'm expecting him to get pretty far up this boulder. Wedging his way up on those holds, the boomerangs. There he is, establishing a new high point on men's 2. He's controlled the 10 zone. He's controlled the 15 zone. And there we have it. 1 hand, 2 hands. First top on men's 1 for Simon Benker.
And he looked so relaxed. It looked easy for him. I'm excited to see what the rest of these climbs look like for Simon.
I know you can hear Molly and I at home. I really hope you can hear the crowd here. The energy here at Stone Age Climbing Gym in Albuquerque, New Mexico is off the charts. Oh, and Sam McQueen getting so close on that run and jump. Now these attempts matter, Molly. Every time these competitors fall, they're losing a tenth of a point, which with the ties we had last night after qualifiers, every attempt is going to matter here tonight.
Yeah, I think that these men are very aware of the importance of attempts after last night. But, of course, if it takes him several attempts to stick it, and he does stick it, that's a good thing. So he's going to take it.
Ooh, Jordan Fishman with an unfortunate hand pop on that first little Gaston crimp for his right hand. That move is very hard to hold without that right hand on. Let's talk a little bit more about the Yankin Yard. This comp has been going on for 23 years. The first ever Yankin Yard was in 1998 at the original Stone Age location. And ever since then, the comp has just gotten bigger and bigger. And as you can see, this is our 3rd National Cup. We're bringing in the best competitors in the country. It's really cool to see a climbing comp with this much history behind it. Oh, and Sam's getting so much closer on this run and jump. He's got a minute and a half trying to figure out the right way to stop himself on that hold.
This wall in this particular room is actually typically the sport climbing wall. So it's been really fun to see it transfer into a bouldering setup for these people tonight.
And like we said, this is the first stop on the National Cup Series circuit. The next 2 will be in San Francisco on November 1st and 2nd. It'll be their 2nd time hosting the National Cup. And the 3rd and final stop is at High Point Climbing and Fitness in Memphis, Tennessee on December 6th and 7th. I wouldn't be surprised if all of these competitors here tonight will be venturing out to both those comps to try to earn some more points for the National Cup Series.
And then they have a little bit of a break as they're training and regaining some strength and building new strength for the National Series finals, the National Championships in Bend, Oregon in February. The first weekend in February.
So close, Sam.
With 16 seconds left, what does he do?
He's going for it. That's what we like to see. Oh, and just not enough energy left for Sam McQueen on mid 3. And there you have it. We are officially at maximum capacity. We've got 4 women climbing up the wall at the same time. Nora Chi on women's 4. Lauren Bear on women's 3.
And now we have Kylie Cullen coming out onto women's 1. She she's our youngest climber here today, one of our teenagers. But again, she can't be discounted on her experience or lack thereof. She has done a lot with the youth circuit.
Nora Chi sticking the jump on women's 4. Making it look easy.
She's way up there on not very good holds. That looks a little scary.
Not quite able to hold the swing.
The pure tenacity and bravery of these climbers is one of the components that makes them so good at what they do.
Okay, we've got Quinn Mason over on women's 2. Taking a look at her skin, probably lost a bit of it last night during the qualifying round. Got a lot of brand new holds from some really cool companies here tonight, and the texture is almost too good on some of them. Okay, all climbers taking a break except for Lauren Bear here on women's 3. Also going with the foot first method, wedging herself into those level volumes. Trying to work out how to make it up this climb. Looks like she's gotten herself 10 points.
The trick here is establishing your feet high enough that you can reach, but not so high that you pick yourself off the holds.
Lauren Bear looking around, trying to figure out how to get up to that 15 zone. Kicks her right foot out. Now she's looking at a big mantle up to that 15 zone. Oh, just short by a couple inches. Kylie Cohen looking comfortable up on that slab right now.
She's taking her time, she's finding the best balance for each hold and establishing what surfaces are most usable.
Taking a risk, stepping on that top of that dual text cheetah hold. Reaching up with one hand, pressing. There you have it, top on women's 1 for Kylie Cullen. She's earned herself an extra 2 minutes of rest.
You can also follow along on the YouTube chat and we can answer questions there as well. So if you have anything you'd like to know about the comp tonight or any of these climbers, you can ask that there on the YouTube chat and we will do our best to answer questions.
Quinn Mason just took a look at her fingers, wasn't very happy with what she saw, ripped off her tape trying to protect her skin and really going for that maximum friction on that start hold. Nora Chi lining up for the jump on women's 4. See if she can grab it again. Now I mentioned a lot of these holds have great friction. These black volumes with our local artist Aaron Stromberg's art, they have 0 friction. They are slippery.
So to trust her foot right now on that hold.
Nora Chi's so close to grabbing that 15 zone. She's got 50 seconds left now. I think she'll give it another go. Lauren Bear wedging her way up on women's 3. She's learned a bit about these holds. Hopefully she can pull it together and get a new high point for us on women's 3. Oh, and just slips off that sloper.
There goes Nora, working to move as quickly as she can in hopes to secure the top of this hold. With 25 seconds left, she is going to have to really move.
All eyes on Nora now. Oh, and just slips off that last sloper. Great comp for Miss Nora Chi. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of her in the future. Out. We got our title sponsor, the North Face, and Petzl, maker of great climbing gear, keeping us safe for years. And now we've got our local favorite from Santa Fe, New Mexico, Ben Hanna, giving Problem 1 a brush. It's the first time we're seeing all 4 men's climbs climb at the same time. last time we hosted the National Cup here, he took second place, I believe. Last year we were lucky enough to have him on the setting crew, but he's back in it to win that cash prize. Sam McQueen showing us what Robin 4 is all about. Secured the 5 zone, still hanging on, trying to work his way out to the left to grab that 10 zone. And there it is, 10 points. Ben Hanna resting and chalking up on men's 1, while Sam McQueen is wrestling on men's 4.
The amount of tension required on men's 4 is phenomenal, and to do that after having climbed the other 3 climbs is a real feat.
Ben Hanna still in the way for his first attempt. Jordan Fishman trying to find luck on this running jump. And we've got Simon Becker up into the unit volumes on men's 2. Ben Hanna inching his way closer to the top of men's 1. Oh, no.
Working out with the same Stevens. Come on, Corey, you got this.
All 4 men on the mats right now, giving their holds a brush, taking a rest, trying to figure out how to make it further up these climbs.
You know, brushing has a real advantage too because it gives you an opportunity to really explore the holds and see what you might have been missing earlier.
Just under half their time left. Jordan Fishman catching his breath, Simon Benkert taking a rest.
Even Ben down there showing his seasoned experience and actually sitting down to relax. He knows he can do it on the next go. He just needs to take a second, reassess and get up and send it.
A true testament to how hard these climbs are. Simon made it pretty far up this climb in a previous attempt, and he's fallen off the first move again, just trying to get back there. There's that drop knee I was talking about, wedging himself in those volumes. Oh, he decides he didn't really like it, but back in it again, and an unfortunate foot slip for Simon on men's 2.
That foot first beta on men's 4 looks exhausting.
Very core intensive, Molly. Sam McQueen trying to figure out the sequence here. Ben Hanna back up on men's 1. Just under a minute left. Can he find a top?
Ben has definitely timed it to be able to send it on this go. But he can't mess around. He's going to have to move.
Ben Hanna chalking up again. Jordan Fishman, oh so close on catching the dyno. Unfortunately, maybe not enough time left to get that climb finish. Ben Hanna 1 move away. 10 seconds left. Oh, and just falls short of grabbing the finish hold.
So a lot of the crowd tonight came out to see one person, and remember when Brooke was always the young one.
Fun fact about Brooke Rapitu, she keeps chocolate next to her bed, inspired by Megan Martin, a previous finalist at the Yankin Yard here.
Well, whatever it takes to get you through the night.
Lauren Bear making the dyno on women's 4 look easy. Kylie Cullen tripping hard on women's 2.
Unfortunate slip from Brooke, but she's regaining her composure and sussing out the holds with the brushing.
Quinn Mason wedged up on women's 3 as well. Has established a new high point on women's 4. Lining up for the finish move.
So the drop hold on women's 4 does not look very good. Is there a sweet spot on it, or is it just slopey all the way up?
Pretty flat, and with the way your feet are set up, it's actually easier to go left hand instead of right hand like Lauren just tried.
Okay.
So Quinn Mason here on women's 3, chalking up, taking a rest before trying to tackle this really bad sloper. As large as the hold is, it's not very easy to hold on to.
Seems like Quinn is utilizing her experience as a sport climber here, taking the time to chalk up as she finds her balance. And you can see Brooke in the background on women's 1. She's hoping to knock